Hi, Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's Thursday, April 27th. I'm not at work. I took the day off. I have to take my mom to the doctor this afternoon. We're going to have lunch. So I thought I worked a lot of hours last week and the week before. So I thought, okay, I'll take today off. I have to go back tomorrow. And I have to work Saturday. But I thought, I can take Thursday off. There's nothing really going on that they can't handle on their own. So here I am. I decided that I was going to film a few videos today. So I'm going to do I'm thinking 2 Flosstube videos, and then I'm going to try my hands again at a paper crafting video. I have been trying to do my paper crafting videos, and they have not been good at all. So I've been thinking about it and contemplating, and I have an idea, so we're going to try it again today and see how it goes. If it goes, great, and if it doesn't, I'll keep working at it. Anyways, I'm not sure when this video will post, so if you see it on Saturday, I'm obviously filming on Thursday. If I post it today or tomorrow, you'll know why. But anyways, today I wanted to do something just a little different. I have been looking at my WIPs lately, and I'm going to do a giant WIP parade today. I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. I feel like I'm stitching the same things pretty much every week, and I wanted to kind of switch it up and kind of refresh what I'm working on. And in doing that, I realized I have a lot that I need to work on. So I thought if I showed you guys, it would help me identify which projects I am really close to a finish on. And there are a couple, so I can maybe bump those up in rotation and see if I can't get some of those out, because I do have another full basket like this one. This is a pretty big basket. Another full basket like this one of new starts that are kitted or in various stages of being kitted, and I really want to start on some of those. And then of course I keep ordering patterns, and those are coming in, and I want to get started on those as well. But I don't want to have 1,000 WIPs, so in going through, I thought, let's just do a WIP video. There are a lot of WIPs that you have never seen, and so I thought we would go ahead and start that. I have 35 of them. I'm not sure if I mentioned that just a few minutes ago, but I have 35 WIPs, and so I don't want to take a lot more time on the intro, so let's go ahead and just dig right in, and we'll start with my most current WIPs, the ones that I've been working on the most lately, and then we'll get into the ones that you haven't seen for a while and some that you haven't seen at all. So the first one I'm going to show you, I've the Sue Bonnet Spring by Tiger Lily Designs. This is a free pattern from her website, and she was talking about maybe making this into a needle workbook, and I loved that idea. And I bought this fabric, which I have shown before, to make the needle workbook out of. The hearts are either an aqua or a light blue. It's hard to tell because they're so tiny. But I thought this is what I would like to use. And so I don't have any of the Aurifil flosses. So I really wanted to go ahead and pick some DMCs or some other over-dyed flosses to use, and that's what I did. I did over-dyed flosses. And I am stitching this, I believe, on 16 count Aida. And here is my progress. So her little dress is just about done. I have to finish up by the shoulder, and I think down in this area there's a few stitches that I'm missing I have to add in. So I would say she's about halfway done. She's about halfway done, maybe a little bit more. But I think she's going to look great paired with this fabric in a needle workbook. And I have an idea. I'm not even going to wait for Carrie. from Tiger Lily Designs. I have an idea of what I want, and so I'd like to get this finished because I have a pile of pillow finishes that I'd like to do, and I'd like to include my needle book in with that finish. And then these are the flosses that I'm either using or contemplating. So I'm still debating which ones will actually wind up in the piece. I did stitch the dress with this hot pink cherry wine color. Actually, I didn't stitch the dress. I stitched the light blue section, those diamonds with the cherry wine, and it just didn't look right to me. It wasn't the look I was going for, so I swapped it out to aqua, and I love it. I think it's cute, so I'm excited. I think I will be continuing to work on that to get that one to a finish so that I can put that in my FFO pile. Maybe I'll be able to work on that in a week or two. Get a pile going. Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. Put quite a bit of time in on this one. You've seen a lot of people stitching this one. And I made pretty good progress on the house. I'm really feeling quite motivated to get that house done. But this is my progress. Still trying to figure out the camera. It's mirror image. The other one wasn't, so anyways. So you can see with the house what I am working on. I've got half of the building done. And then I just have to do windows on the roof, and there's a chimney and the foundation on the other side, and then that one will be done. So I'm trying to put in at least a couple nights on this one at least. I really want to move this one along. It's a big one. I knew it was going to take a long time. I didn't really want it to take years and years and years. So if I can get it done by the end of the summer, I'll be really happy. Next is the Teresa Kogut Simple Life Mystery Sal. This picture didn't print out very well, but the second part of that mystery sal has dropped. So I'm stitching this part over here. The man with the pitchfork, the beehives, the turkey, the arbor. I'm stitching this one on 40 count Overcast Linen by Cedar River. Really a nice fabric. And I got the border. I got the border done. Not the border. The bottom. I think this is the top. I'm sorry, guys. I think this is the top of another like maybe a band of something beneath it. I don't know. We'll have to wait a couple more months to get there. But this is what I wound up working on. There we go. So I got the body of the man started, his pitchfork started, and the ground and the arbor started. So making some progress. I'm kind of liking it. I'm using the called for flosses. Really, really pretty. So I made progress on that. Put some stitches in on the Cuckoo Bird sampler. Having so much fun with this one, and I think it's the fabric. I'm doing it on 28 count Vichy by Nikyscreations, using bark, which is the called for floss. And that's what I got done. So I got the alphabet halfway done. So this one's moving right along. It is pretty quick, but I think it's going to look fantastic. It's working up, I think, bigger than this one is. I think it's a different fabric count. I think this one was stitched on 36 count, so this one's much bigger. But I like it, and I think I want to frame it and hang it in here somewhere, even though it's not the right, I mean, my gray walls, this might clash, but if I use the right color frame around it, it might be okay. So, working on that one. And then a year of celebrations. This is year 1, working on May. Now, you can see that basket, and it's it looks like, actually looks like one of those black and white check cakes to me. And on the conversion, I think what I'm struggling with, and why I'm struggling with the colors and swapping them out, is that the conversion, the DMC conversions for the over dyed flosses that it calls for are not exactly in the same tone. And so they don't really go with my fabric choice. So I've been switching them out. So I switched this one out. I swapped DMC 437, which was Gentle Arts Brandy, for 838. And then I stitched, I swapped out. The butterflies have kind of an orangish yellow tone to them. It kind of reminded me of a big stick. Remember those? And it didn't go with the fabric or the other colors, so I switched those out. DMC, which was the Gentle Arts Bittersweet, the DMC conversion was 38.53, and I substituted it for 761. But I've been putting in quite a bit of time on this because I want it done by the end of the weekend so that I can put it up Sunday or Monday. It's coming along. I'm really happy with the color choices. Again, the only two that I've changed were the butterflies and that light color in the basket. If I can pull a picture, I meant to take a picture before I pulled it out and I forgot. So if I can pull a picture from my last video where I showed this, where you can see the different, the other brown, the tan that was used with this, I'll do that, and I'll insert it if I can figure that out. Because this, I think, looks just so much better. It's dark, but it still has the texture. You can still see. So, moving along on that. I've been looking ahead at June's pattern for this one, and it looks kind of fun. Temperature chart. I am doing the Fat Quarter Shop temperature cross stitch, and it's this one. So you're recording your stitch, I record my high for where I live every day, and then I stitch it based on the corresponding floss, and I'm doing the hot range. And this is what I've got so far through yesterday in April. I debated if I was going to show this to you because I like to show it at the end of the month. We are close enough. So That's what I did. We had a day when we got into the 80s, high 80s. So that's where that pink came in, and the orange. This is just not easy, guys. There we go. So it's coming along. It's a project because I'm doing, I'm stitching every day on it, which is fine. But you have to remember, and sometimes I forget, and I have to look back and try to find the data from the day before, sometimes 2 days before. And I often think, what if I changed the floss color spread and stitched it again next year? But I don't know. That's a big commitment. I'm thinking there's just going to be one temperature chart in my life, and that's it. And it's going to be what it's going to be based on the how it's laid out by Fat Quarter Shop and the colors that they chose, and that'll be fine. It'll still be really cute, and I'm happy. Keeper of the Pins by Brenda Gervais. I'm working on this guy right here. Well, this guy right here. And I didn't put any stitches in this week yet, but I thought because it's a WIP and it's a current one, I would show you. So really not much has changed from last week. Using the called for flosses. Really love this color palette. So that's coming along. I am stitching this one on 36 count vintage Country Mocha Linen by Zweigart. This one is stitched on 28 count cloud, 25 count Evenweave in cloud by a vintage cloth by Lori Holt. I will list all of my fabrics and colors that I'm using, floss colors, in the description below. Hopefully it will take all of the information. If not, I will figure out something different, and I will let you guys know in the next, one of the future videos, or I'll post something on Instagram, or something like that. Stitching spring, stitching seasons, stitching spring, stitching with the Housewives and Fat Quarter Shop. I don't think I put any stitches in on this one. It's a kit. So I'm stitching it on the called for fabric that came in the kit. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think it's the same as last time. I did see Fat Quarter Shop in their video teased the summer one. Just a couple corners, and I have to get this one done because I'm not going to start that until I get this one done. So it looks really cute. Called for flosses, really soft, springy color palette. The kit came with fabric to finish it off with, and the fabric to stitch is Fabric Flare, thin white pine board, 28 count Evenweave. This is the Chicken Club, Cornelius. I don't think I put any stitches in on him either this week so far, but he is a WIP. Stitching it on 25 count Evenweave in barley. And I'm using the called for flosses. I got the floss pack. And so he's pretty much the same too. I did change the chicken tail, the rooster tail. It was supposed to be pink with red circles, and I did it red with pink circles because I screwed up. No, it wasn't an intentional decision. I just screwed up, but I like it. And that's the pattern. So I'm already behind because I've got 3 other patterns sitting here that are needing attention too. Okay. Last but not least, I think it's been a couple weeks since I showed you this. I finally, I think I got most, if not all of the called for flosses. And this is for Eliza's French Birds, 1849. Several floss tubers are stitching this as a sal. I liked it not to stitch it as a sal, but I love the birds and I love the soft colors. It's very soft and vintagey. It reminds me of something that I might have seen in my grandmother's or great grandmother's home, and I just really it's right up my alley, and so I wanted to stitch that. And I don't think I made any progress on this one either because I was waiting for the floss, so hopefully I'll be able to work on this and you'll see this next time. So it's pretty much the same, but I'm enjoying it. Okay, so those are my current WIPs. Let me just tuck these all away. I had quite a bit of haul, but I'm going to do that in a different video, just because we're running low on time. Okay. Now we're going to get into the big bag of WIPs. You see that? The big bag of WIPs. What are you gonna do? This one's I've had for years and years and years and years and years. We won Spring Bird by Heart and Hand. This one's almost done. I think I need to, finish it. Really, really cute. I have no idea what I'm stitching this on. I think I'm using the called for flosses. No, I'm not. I've just picked flosses. I don't even know, but I've got colors here. So I think I'm gonna finish this one up so that I can finish it in a pillow or a flat fold. I haven't done a flat fold finish yet. So that sounds kind of fun. This one, I don't think it's done. And I can't find the pattern. I thought I would show it to you. If you know what the pattern is, please let me know, because I might like to buy the pattern and finish it because it is a cute stitch. I'm just going to call it Bewitch because that's what the wording says. I have no idea what this is being stitched on. Let me find a piece of paper. No idea what this is being stitched on, but I think it would be a really cute pillow for Halloween. Again, this one has been in my drawer for years and years and years. So if you recognize that pattern and you can drop it in the comments so that I maybe can pick it up again, that would be great. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Next, again, one that I've had for years. This is Carolyn's Garden Violet. And I don't know where I got this. It was a kit, Serendipity Designs. And this one's really close to a finish as well. So I think I'm going to power through and get this one done also. I don't want to lose my needle. Hold on. Please hold. My violets. I love violets. I used to have a collection of violets, and I don't know, for some reason they started dying and then I couldn't grow them again. So I'm actually thinking, now that I have a window that gets full sun here, I'm thinking of, in my craft room, I'm thinking of trying one or two in my craft room to see how that goes. But I think this would be a really cute pillow finish, or it would be a really cute in a 4x4 frame or a 5x5 frame. Super cute. So I'm going to work on that. I think last year I I don't think I have a picture of this. Oh, I do have a picture. Bats and Booze Stitch Along. I missed the Stitch Along. I think this came out when I was fairly new to all of the things that happen with stitching now. I think they had a quilt along, and then they had this one. I actually even downloaded the quilt pattern in hopes that one day maybe I will stitch it. I'm stitching this on 40 count Stormy Night Newcastle linen, and this is as far as I have gotten. I think I was not very happy with it, so I stopped. And I'm not sure why I wasn't happy. I think the stitches on it didn't seem to be very even to me. And I think I just stopped it. So I'm not sure. I'm looking at it and I'm seeing some stitches that I don't really like. I might tear it out, or I might just say, you know, whatever, and keep going. But I love this fabric. This fabric is really pretty. Might have to get more of that. Anyway, so I worked on that, and then it went into timeout. I am using the called for flosses. I did get the floss pack. So, and it was Weeks Dye Works colors. So, there we go. See, it's good to go through your WIPs every once in a while. You get a feel for what you've neglected. This is one that I started when my mom was convalescing from her surgery over a year and a half ago. And I did it after or right before Thanksgiving. I knew it wasn't going to be done. And this was my first shot at 24 count, or not 24 count, 40 count linen, I believe. Give Thanks by Sabrosa. I think it would just be a really cute little pillow. I believe I'm using the called for flosses. And I have a little, my first shot at using that. And I am stitching, oh, needles. I don't need a whole package of needles in there. I'm stitching this on 40 count cream linen by Zweigart. And this is as far as I got. So I'm really hoping that there's no mistakes and that I can just pick it up and carry on. We'll see. This is one that will definitely be getting a little bit more attention as we get closer to fall. Maybe not right now, but in the summertime. So I think it'll be fun to have it for, you know, the fall and Thanksgiving. Next, you may have seen this one, but this may be a while ago. I started this that same year, and I started it after the holidays, but the Snowball by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. And the only two patterns I have left to do is the gingerbread house. And then I'm working on, I think it's this one right here. I'm stitching these on 40 count anthracite linen by Zweigart. Now, some of these are pretty close together, so it might be a little difficult for me to make them into a pillow, but this is what I've got done so far. I really like that Let It Snow. Super cute. He's cute. Messed up a little bit in a couple of places. This is the one that I'm working on right now. And then that one's finished down there. Anyway, so I think that this is going to be really cute when it's all done. So this is another one where it's so tiny, and I think it's the darker fabric. I can't stitch on it often, and using the called for flosses. You know, the other thing about getting through these WIPs is that these flosses can go back in my stash and be recycled into another project. Maybe I don't have to buy so many flosses, because I just get lazy and I don't want to go find where they're at. I'm like, well, I'll just buy another skein. I will use it. This was my very first mystery stitch along, sunflower sampler. I thought, oh, it's cute. And I started working on it, and I worked on it. This was a really good car stitch. So when I was waiting for my husband to have a couple of procedures done, I couldn't leave the property, but they wouldn't let me sit in the waiting room. So I took my stitching and I sat in the car and I stitched. And this is how much I got done. So I probably should finish this up and get it framed. It's going to be cute. I don't know why. I think I just got bored stitching the same thing. Maybe I should have done this a different way and not done the border first. I don't know. I'm stitching it on Icelandic gray 14 count Aida, which is the called for floss, and I'm using the thread pack that came with it. And that needle minder was part of the kit too, a little sunflower needle minder. And the bag. And this bag, I didn't even realize until I got it, it has a nice gusset to it. I mean, you can cram a ton of stuff. Oh, I got some scissors in there too. A ton of stuff. Look at that gusset. So, probably should focus a little bit on that one too. It's been a couple of weeks since I brought her out. She is the Queen of the Bees by the Little Stitcher, and I'm stitching this one down here. And I am stitching this on, I'm not sure what fabric, but it's a printed fabric, so maybe fabric flare, and it's printed with the honeycomb. And I'm stitching this, looks like 1/2, so it's pretty tiny print. And it's a quick stitch. I don't know why I stopped. The fabric is really soft. It doesn't shred the floss. And I'm using the called for colors. So I have in my tier tray, I took down Easter this past week, and I have lemons and bees on it now, and I don't have a lot, and I thought, oh, I should probably finish that. Maybe I can tuck that pillow. If I make it into a pillow finish, maybe I can tuck it into the tier tray and give it a little bit more oomph. Okay, this one I haven't done in a while. I am stitching this one on Powder Pink Splash 32 count Lugana, and it is the Valentine Tree. And this one is in the Spring 2022 Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. And I think I'm using the called for. I might have changed the red to licorice red. I'm not sure. I'm using the called fors. And this is where I'm at. This one, while I would like to finish it, it's not at the top of my list because it's a February piece. And, you know, we just got done with February. So it hasn't made much progress since the last time you saw it. Dreaming of poppies. The poppies are popping. We've had so much rain here in California that there is an actual poppy reserve probably about 2.5 hours away from me, and I'm really debating on going to see them. It doesn't happen very often where you get like all of our hills and lower mountain elevations where the wildflowers pop like they are now, and there's a poppy field. I have a friend and she went to the poppy field and her pictures are just stunning. Dreaming of poppies. This is one that I started stitching and I had to restart it because I thought I didn't leave myself enough room. It's gonna be really, really tight. This is Winter Moon Linen and by Zweigart, and that's as far as I got. So I started kind of freaking myself out a little bit, and so what I would like to do is continue to stitch along here to make sure that I don't run out of space on the bottom. It's going to be tight, I know it. I know it, but it'll be fine. I hope. If not, I'll just go in the corner and curl up in a ball and cry and find another piece of fabric and start it over again because I love it. The colors in this just make me so happy. They scream summer to me and spring. So I haven't pulled this one out for a while, and I probably should. It's a big piece also, and I'm thinking I'm kind of focusing on the stitch along and my land that I love to get those done because they were started before this one, but this might get some attention this week. We'll see. My Sweetheart ornaments. My Fat Quarter Shop. I've stitched one and completed one. I have shown it to you before. I'm stitching this on 25 count Evenweave in Pebble. And do I have one started? I will laugh if I don't have one started. I could have sworn I had one started. I do. What I did is I cut this piece of fabric, and I thought if I can get this one finished on this size, then I'll just pre-cut my fabrics, and then I can put the fabric in with my stash and use it for something else. But that's as far as I got on my next one. So we shall see how that works out. Really cute. I'm gonna finish this on a garland and hang it in my craft room. I think that'll be really cute in the winter and the fall. All the called for flosses. I did get the Sweetheart Ornament Floss Pack, and they're classic colorworks. Let me see the colors. Licorice red, cherry tomato, little pink peony, really tilly, baking tin, and bamboo. Summer Delivery by Plum Street Samplers. This one is very close to a finish as well. I should push through. I picked this fabric because it's what I had on hand, and when I put the white up against it in a floss toss, it was showing up okay. And then I started working on the horse, and it was kind of disappearing. So as I was showing it in a video, I thought, ooh, I can backstitch that horse and it will pop off of the fabric a little bit more, giving it a little bit of a shadow and dimension. And I think it did. So I got the horse done. Now I just need to finish the stars and the sign. And I think this one's pretty close to a finish. I am stitching this one. Let's see if it tells me. On 36 count flax linen with the called for flosses. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. See, it's good to go through. I think I've said that before. It's good to go through your stuff. Get reacquainted with what you're working on. This one is the Halloween Quaker by Lila's Studios. I have put some time in on this recently in the last few weeks. And I got the witch almost completely done. This is being stitched on murky linen. My computer keeps timing out, like the screen keeps blacking out on me. So I don't really see a need to hurry on this one, but I do want it done by Halloween. So probably you'll start seeing this a little bit more and a little bit more progress being made on it as we get closer to the end of summer. And this one, it is 32 count murky Belfast linen. So it's a really fun, soft piece of linen. Next, Burr, It's Cold Outside by Brenda Gervais. Those snowmen take a while to do. And this is where I'm at. I haven't stitched on this in a while, but I am loving the way he's turning out. I will get this done when we get closer to, I don't know if it'll be going out at Christmas time, but it might go out for January for winter. We'll see. We'll see what else I have for Christmas. I might have to make some choices. And then my called for flosses. And I am stitching this on 32 count Lugana Vintage Country Mocha. So it's turning out. The Scarlet House has been on a timeout for quite some time because one strand of floss over two, and I kept doing 2 strands of floss over 2, and it was not working out so great. I love the dark fabric. I love all the colors. And Topley 1802. I picked my linen. I had a different linen picked, and then this one came in, and I had to get it. This is Night Sky Edinburgh linen, 36 count. Oh. You know, last time I showed a WIP, I lost a needle, and I have cats in the house, and I thought, oh, I don't want the cat to get it. It was on the floor out here. I want to make sure I've secured my needles. So, the border's coming along. I might just finish out this strand of floss, and then I might start working down in here. I'm going to start on the motifs at the bottom and her name, just to give myself a little bit of a break from the border. That's a lot of repetition. So I have been thinking about pulling this one out yet, haven't done so yet. And I believe these are the called for colors. So really happy with that one. I have been thinking about it and pulling it out again, and I haven't done it again because I've got those other big projects, and I think that's what I'm focusing on. Seaside Sparrow is a fairly new start, maybe just a few weeks old, and I haven't put much time in it. He's so cute. I think it's pretty much where I left off. His little bottom half is done, and some of the border is done. He is being stitched on 32 count Belfast linen that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And it's nice. I like it. So he'll probably get some attention here as we get a little closer to summer, because he would be really cute finished. I'm not sure how I'll finish him off yet, but he'd be really cute finished for the summertime. Oh, I know this is, oof, we're at 47 minutes. I'm going as fast as I can go. Next is the Country Cottage Needleworks Cottage series, and I'm working on the October cottage. And this is where we're at with this one. No real progress since the last time. I did get the house done, and I started working on the pumpkins at the bottom here. So it's coming along. I don't think I'm enjoying this linen. I think that's part of the problem. I'm stitching this on, I believe, the called for linen. 28 count lamb's wool linen by Witchelt, and I don't think I like it. It has too much space between the between the threads. I don't know. Butterfly Cloche by Hello from Liz Matthews. I think I want to hang this one in my bedroom or my bath. We'll see. I'm stitching this on 40 count Cafe Olay Sam by Zweigart. And that's what I've got done so far. Made quite a bit of progress. Once I got that banner stitched, I made a lot of progress. It seemed to just go by. So I need to pick it up and finish it. I've started on the butterfly, the lower butterfly, so it's coming along. Haven't touched it in many weeks. Probably should pick it up again. I'm using all of the called for flosses. So yeah, I have the autumn cloche too that I really want to work up, but I want to finish this one before I start that one. So we'll see. Almost done. I have Winter Garden by Hello from Liz Matthews. For the longest time, I was working on the border. Finally got that done. I'm stitching this on 28 count Artichoke Linen by Witchelt. get this whole thing. I'll just put it behind the main stitching. But it's, I don't think it's changed since you saw it last. But I'm loving it. I'm loving the boldness of the colors. I don't know that that's really showing up online, but I like the boldness of the colors. So we'll get back to this at some point, I'm sure. Strawberry Fair by October House Fiber Arts. I just ordered the one with the beehive. I don't know where it's at, because this one's so cute. I decided to go a little different on the fabric, and I'm doing Fornite Fabrics, long time ago, 36 count linen. I have heard through watching videos that Fornite Fabrics are not producing fabrics or sending, there's something going on with them. I don't quite know what it is. So if you can find Fornite Fabrics in stock anywhere and you like it, you might want to grab it, because it doesn't sound like things are going well for that company for some reason. Called for flosses. And my needle. This is what it's looking like. I'm loving it on this fabric. I did decide to do 2/2 just because 1/2 was not showing up really well, and the space between the fibers on this linen can hold it, you know, can handle the 2/2. So this piece, let me show you. It's just so pretty. If they are struggling and will wind up going out of business, it will make me sad, because their fabrics are really pretty. I've got a couple of them that are unique like this, and I really am enjoying stitching on this one. Not only is it beautiful to look at, it is really nice to stitch on. Punch and Needle Primitive Stitcher Magazine, the 2022 Christmas and Winter, and I'm doing Merry and Bright. Called for flosses, but my fabric is 32 count Evenweave in Parchment by Fabric Flair. And this is, I haven't touched it in a while, but this is my progress on it. This was on New Year's Eve, that 12 by 12, I wound up doing 7 by 7. 12 by 12 start, this was one of them. And I have worked on it since, but not a whole lot. For me, I have to be in the mood to stitch holiday, and I'm not quite in the mood. I am not getting all of my patterns back into the bags. Cookie Cutter Ornaments, again by Fat Quarter Shop. Cross stitch by It's So Emma. Stitching this one on 25 count Evenweave in Barley. And I only have one started, haven't gotten very far, but there we go. These again will be finished like the other. I've got the tart tins, and I'll be finishing it like this when they're done. probably utilize that same garland that I'm using the Sweetheart ones for, and just swap it out for the holiday. Called for flosses, I believe. Yes, because I bought the thread pack. So they're really nice. Okay. Polar Pack by Plum Street Sampler. I'm stitching this one on, I think it's Fabric Flare, and that's my progress. I had to start it over because I was really struggling with that design. And I didn't want to rip it all out. I just wanted to start it over again. So I did. Oh, that's upside down. No, it's not. This is the right way. When it's done, it'll be really cute. Not sure on the fabric on this one. But it's similar in tone. This one's kind of got a bluish green tone to it. Eucalyptus was this one, and I'm stitching this on more of a minty fabric. Again, I think it's by Fabric Flare. So. Redbird Sampler by Brenda Gervais. Lots of people have stitched this or stitching it, have finished or are finishing it, and I need to get back to it because I love this one. I'm stitching this on 32 count Belfast Linen. Maybe the color is linen. 32 count Linen by Belfast, or 32 count Linen is the colorway. Belfast is the fabric type by Zweigart. That's how far I got. So it's coming along slowly, but it's coming along. All the call for flosses. Last one. This one is Harrietta and Company. This was also a New Year's Eve start, and I picked it up in recent weeks and worked on a little bit, but that's been about it. I haven't done a whole lot with it. I'm stitching it on Winter Brew, 32 count Winter Brew by from Kingsland Art. It's R&R is the manufacturer of the fabric, but I picked it up from Kingsland on Etsy. And I'm using the called for DMC conversions. Fat Quarter Shop did a DMC conversion on it, and that's what I'm using. And I love it, but that's where she's at. Working on her dress, trying to get her dress done. It'll happen. Now that Easter's over, pressure's off, right? Anyways. And then all of the called for flosses in that floss conversion. So anyways, that's it for me today. If you made it through the end, this is a really long video. Thank you for sticking around. If you are new to my channel and I didn't bore you to death, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for staying. Please do me a favor, like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell because it all helps with the algorithms for me to get noticed. I know something's working because YouTube is recommending my own videos to me, so something is working well there. Anyways, have a great rest of the week. If I can come in on Saturday with a video or get one filmed again today for Saturday or later in the week or earlier in the week, whenever, I will. Otherwise, this will be this week's video. if you are returning, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Again, giant WIP parade. I don't know. I gotta start working. That's what I know. Anyways, have a great rest of the week and happy stitching. Bye.